Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for our Chamber Connection. My name is Natalie. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at the Harford County Chamber, and we'll get into a little bit of what I do in a bit. But this is just a great introductory way to kind of get to know the Chamber as an organization, get to know our team a little bit better, and then different membership benefits and ways that you can get involved and what makes the most sense for you and your interests and your company and what you're doing. So we will kick it off. So we got to start at the very beginning of what is a chamber. So chambers of commerce were originally founded by business owners that just came together to work together for the best interests of the business community. And now they've kind of morphed into this official organization. So chambers today are registered 501c6 nonprofit organizations, but we still hold on to that original purpose of uniting the business community. It's our goal to support the local economy and protect our local businesses from government overstep. So I always point out that, yes, the chamber is a nonprofit. We're not part of the local government, but that C6 designation allows us to work with the local government, be involved in political activities, and take stances and advocate on behalf of our members. So that's a very important distinction there. The first chamber in the United States was founded in 1768, which is one of my favorite fun facts, just because I think it's awesome that our business community was kind of founded and started before America was America. And I just love that foundation and the concept of supporting our local businesses. And then the U.S. Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1912. And I'll jump into this a little bit, but you will see chambers of all sizes representing all different communities from local cities all the way up to the U.S. Chamber. And then there's actually an international Chamber of Commerce as well. So a little bit about us as the Harford Chamber. We were chartered in 1976. We're actually coming into our 50th year this year. So we operate on a fiscal year. So our quote unquote new year is coming up in July. And we're kicking off our 50th anniversary. So it's a great time to be involved and be a part of the chamber with some really great celebrations coming up. We currently represent over 650 businesses in both Harford County and beyond, representing over 25,000 employees. So one of the perks of membership for sure is we recognize the business itself as the member, and then any employees can participate, take advantage of all of these benefits that we're going to go over, be involved underneath of that membership. So when you see that membership number of 650, that is the total number of businesses that we represent. The number of people is a lot larger. And then we operate under kind of our three pillars that we call them advocacy, connections, and education, which we'll dive into a little bit. But you'll see those are kind of the three main themes that our chamber is based around. Right, so just to give you a quick snapshot of the chamber team, if you haven't had a chance to meet all of us yet, obviously I've introduced myself, but I'll do it again. My name is Natalie. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at the Chamber. I manage all things marketing, communications, and entrepreneurship. So if you have any questions about marketing benefits, which we'll touch on later, or if you are in that process, like Dave said, of starting a new business, I am your go-to gal for all of that. Angela Rose is our president and CEO. She oversees, all things chamber administration, but specifically is focused on our advocacy efforts. She is the one primarily organizing all of those efforts. She's the one in Annapolis testifying on behalf of business, and all of those great things. And then
Is
Phil,
she in Annapolis or is she in Bel Air?
she works here in our office in Bel Air.
Good.
but she'll make trips down during the legislative session. And then Mr. Phil Logan is our membership director. So you'll probably at least touch point with Phil pretty pretty soon off the bat. Um, Phil not only onboards all of our new members, but then is our membership director and helps our members get connected to one another, to chamber resources, and all of that. Um, and then not pictured here, I need to update my slideshow, but you might also hear from Bella, who is our administrative assistant, helps us out just on the day-to-day and getting things done. So if you ever see an email out from Bella, she's part of our team too. There we go. All right, so jumping into those three pillars that I touched on before. First and foremost is advocacy. Chambers are designed as business advocates. That is our main goal, our main purpose here in the community. So chambers were originally designed to kind of be that moderator between the business community and local government. And that works both ways. That's, taking the concerns of our business community to our local government here in Harford County, to our state government, and sharing concerns, sharing priorities. And then it works the other way of going to Annapolis, meeting with our state delegation, and bringing information back to our members on what's going on, um, how different pieces of legislation would impact how you do business, and a lot of information like that. So we provide updates on local, state, and federal kind of happenings throughout the year, especially during legislative session. And all of that's summarized weekly in our Chamber Chronicle newsletter. But then you'll also see, like, especially throughout session, different updates. Um, and then we'll have different advocacy related events throughout the year, give you a chance to meet your local and state delegations, talk with them one-on-one, ask questions, get involved, that sort of thing. And then, as I've mentioned, we are testifying on your behalf, primarily in Annapolis, occasionally in DC as well. And this is kind of a joint effort, right? It's designed to be a joint effort between the business community and the chamber. We're there to be the mouthpiece, really. So you'll see a lot of times in the Chronicle or in other communications, different surveys or ways to submit your testimony and feedback on a particular issue. We gather all that up, we take it to Annapolis, and we're just the ones kind of reading it off basically of this is what our business community is saying about these different proposed legislations. So yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we also have a fantastic partnership with the Maryland State Chamber as well as the US Chamber of Commerce. So like I mentioned before, you got chambers of all different sizes representing different communities. And we're really fortunate to have a fantastic partnership in this kind of chamber community as it spreads throughout the state. So we can, we regularly are not only meeting with our members, but we're meeting with the Maryland State Chamber. And, hey, what information are you hearing? What information are we hearing? Sharing that and making sure that everybody's aware of different issues. And that goes all the way up to the US Chamber as well. So that's a really great network for all of you to be a part of and know that you can receive those updates, not just from us at a local level, but at a much higher level too from other chambers. Right. And then our education piece. So there are a lot of different educational events, opportunities to get involved in if you are someone who is just interested in giving back in that way, whether it's educating new entrepreneurs or educating kind of the next generation of our graduates. So we also operate the Harford County Chamber of Commerce Education Foundation that gives out scholarships every year to graduating high school seniors. So there's ways throughout the year to get involved in that, if helping us fundraise, being a part of selecting those recipients. We have an education committee that meets and reviews applications and selects our winners. And then we also have some opportunities throughout the year to help students connect with internships, apprenticeships, first jobs, all of those things. Specifically at our local businesses, we want to help build our local workforce. Um, and if you're not familiar with um, the state's apprenticeship program through the Maryland Department of Labor, Harford County is the leading county in local apprenticeships, which is fantastic. It's a relatively new program too. I think we're coming into the third year, maybe fourth. Um, but there's always opportunity if you're in a business that, is in a capacity where you want to bring on an apprentice or an intern, give them that experience, that hands-on kind of job learning, things like that. We will get you connected, we'll get you involved. Um, those are always great ways to get involved and give back too. All right, and then connections. Probably the first thing that people think of when you think of joining a chamber is joining, everybody else that's already a member. So like I said, we're joining this network of over 25,000 roughly different business professionals, from business owners to representatives, and everyone in between. There are a, a million different events throughout the year. If you want to attend something every single day of the week, you can. Good luck. But if you are one of those people that wants to get out there and jump into networking, there's plenty of opportunities to do that. So I always highlight our Coffee and Connections. It's one of our most popular networking events. Happens every month on the third Wednesday at 8 a.m. We visit a different member business every month. So just check back on the calendar to see where we're going, but it'll always be the third Wednesday at 8 a.m. It's just a casual hour or so of networking, grab some coffee, meet some new people. It's always a good time and good way to start out your day. You can also network online. So being a part of the chamber, you will have access to our member information center, which I'll touch on in a bit. But that is your, online membership portal, houses all of your information, as well as all the information of all the other members. And there's different ways to connect through that. See like our directory on our website. There's ways to, connect, send each other emails, messages, whether that is, I always encourage people to reach out and, either introduce yourself, if you're new, or just say, hey, we're in an industry I'm looking to connect with, let's grab coffee, all those sorts of things you can always do. And then I always encourage everyone to follow us on social media. One, because I manage our social media pages, but two, because it's a great way to stay informed and kind of get little, snippets of information pretty quick. So if you're someone who's online, whether you personally or your company, you can kind of get involved that way and stay up to date on what's happening. All right. So that's kind of the overview of the chamber, who we are, what we do. And now I'm going to jump into benefits, membership information, all that fun stuff. But I will pause here really quick. Does anybody have any questions
I
from?
do. You mentioned the weekly newsletter.
Mhm.
Does that come out on a specific day? Because I think I've only gotten it once, maybe twice.
It comes out every Tuesday, generally in the afternoon. But I can double check. We live in a great world of super secure email filters, which is awesome, but sometimes can block communications. So I'll add it to my list to just double check and make sure that those are being sent to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's definitely it's the best place to find all the information all in one spot. It's got, your advocacy updates, upcoming events, cool things happening in the community. It's your one-stop shop. Awesome. Anything else? Feeling pretty good? Sweet. All right, let's keep going. Oh, well, I should have just clicked over to the next slide, apparently. There we go. The Chamber Chronicle. Here it is. So yes, this is our weekly newsletter. Goes out every Tuesday afternoon, generally. And like I said, it's your one-stop shop. It's gonna have your advocacy updates, surveys to share feedback, registration for upcoming events, and then just kind of fun stuff happening in the community, whether that's different opportunities for you to get involved, business best practices, as well as news from our members. So as a member, if you are celebrating something awesome, anniversary, an award, whatever that might be, you can send that over to me and we'll put it in the newsletter. Just a great way to share what's happening in the community and get a little bit extra visibility on your celebration. Right. Committees and groups. So being a chamber member gives you access to join any and all of our committees and groups, whatever you are interested in being a part of. They're a really great way to connect with a smaller group of people. If you're someone who does not love the great big crowds of networking events, but you still want to get involved and connected, this is a great way to do that. And most of them, as you'll see in the names, are like pretty self-explanatory as to what they do. But it's a good way to meet, business individuals that have similar interests because you're all in the same group together. So just to give you a brief rundown, our Military Affairs Committee plans all of our military related events throughout the year, as well as different donation drives that we do. So one of our longest standing chamber events is our Military Appreciation Luncheon every May. They help us, plan and execute that event, but as well as organize different donation drives. Typically, we do wreaths across America in December and a donation drive to Perry Point. So different ways to get involved and give back there. Our business development committee helps kind of keep the pulse, I would say, of the local business community and kind of what the needs and wants are, and then helps us kind of decide how to either change or create new opportunities here at the chamber that are meeting those needs of the community, whether that's, different events or opportunities. They're the ones that are coming back to us and saying, hey, like, people really want a new networking event, or people are really looking for ways to get the word out there. What can we do about different marketing benefits? And that's that committee. Membership development is, again, membership development. They help us recruit new members. They also help us stay in touch with all of our current members. They are kind of your welcome committee. So they help us to contact new members when they first join, help people get engaged and involved. That's a really fun committee. I sit on that committee as well, so that's one of my favorites. But it's also a really great way to meet the newest members coming into the chamber kind of before anybody else does. So if you're someone who wants to kind of sneak in and get ahead of the competition a little bit and meet the newest businesses, the newest members, that's a great way to do it. Our scholarship committee, I touched on, they review our scholarships every year and choose those awardees. And then our government affairs committee is dedicated to our advocacy efforts. That consists of both local and state delegates, legislators, and members of the business community. So it's an opportunity for members to share your concerns, your feedback, for our legislators to share their updates. And then we have representation from all of our different municipalities and local government to kind of provide updates. And they're the ones that help us review legislation and kind of flag different things throughout legislative session that we need to stay on top of and stay aware of. And then our Harvard Young Professionals and Entrepreneurs group is kind of a new group that's just getting its footing, but is designed to be an opportunity for young professionals, whether you're starting out in your career or you're starting out in business, to meet other young professionals, to learn about resources, to kind of help you grow, help you navigate business, professional development opportunities, stuff like that. And then these two over here that get their nice fancy logos are our two leads groups. So both of these groups are dedicated to building leads and referrals. They are both category exclusive groups that are an additional membership fee on top of your chamber membership. But if that's something that you're interested in, we can connect you with those groups and see if your category is available. But Harvard Business Network meets on Wednesdays, Business Resource Network meets on Fridays, and those are a weekly meeting, weekly commitment. And the goal is to just help each other connect, drive business, create new leads, and that sort of thing. So if that is something
Natalie, what's the
you're interested
cost of those two?
in. I'll have to double check. I want to say $100 annually.
Okay,
Um, but I can get you formal answers from the group leaders themselves, but I want to say it's about $100 annually.
okay, thank you. If you could let me know, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Write that one down. Right. And then our cost savings programs. So these are just additional ways for you to save a little bit of money because, in today's day and age, who doesn't want to save a little bit of money when it comes to their business expenses? So again, these are all exclusive to our chamber members. Everything you'll see from banking to constant contact email marketing, insurance benefits, and then an energy management program through CQI. All of these are available. If you utilize all these things, you can sign up for any and all of them. There's no limit on that. Each one has its own kind of method to register, and all that information is on our website. Some of them you register directly. Others, like insurance benefits, you reach out and they build you a custom package. Is just a kind of a way to give back and say thank you for being a chamber member. You can utilize all of these benefits. There's also opportunities to become a cost savings program. If you're in a business that offers a B2B service, and you want to offer a specific discount or deal to other chamber members, you can do that. You can become a part of this program. There is an additional fee. I think it's $250 for the quarter. For that includes a whole package of different marketing benefits for that program. But if you're in an industry that offers a B2B service and you want to take advantage of that, you definitely can.
And that's the constant contact?
Oops, sorry, went too far. Yes, Constant Contact, it offers a 20%, 25% discount on all of their email marketing if you're a chamber member.
Okay, thank
So you
you.
can just sign up online and take advantage. All right. And then marketing benefits. So here is a list of all of the marketing benefits that are included in your chamber membership. No additional cost. Take advantage, use them as much as you want. So like I talked about, this members making headlines. It's your opportunity to share, achievements in the Chronicle newsletter. So anniversaries, awards, cool things that you guys are doing, or that are happening in the community. Share those with me. I'll put them in the newsletter. You can always advertise in the chamber lobby. So if you haven't been by our office before, the chamber lobby is more or less just wall to wall business cards, flyers, promo items, a whole bunch of great stuff from our members. So you're always more than welcome to drop things off. These can be general, obviously your business cards, promotional flyers, things like that. But then if you're ever doing something a little bit more specific and you want to advertise it, you can do that as well. If you're having an event, fundraiser, anything like that, you can do that as well. And then utilizing the MIC. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can do in the MIC. I'll touch on this a little bit more later. But also if you can make it to the dive into the MIC webinar next Tuesday, I will walk you through how to do all of these things. But it's a great way you can post events, job openings, discounts, member to member deals, whole bunch of stuff. So definitely take advantage. Use that MIC. It's a great way to connect with other members, let them know, what you have going on. But all of that is also public. Everything that you post in the MIC has a public facing side on our website. So when you share an event, the membership gets notified, but then that also goes up on our events calendar on the website. So best of both worlds there. We also have our podcast, the Business Beat podcast, which you'll see this little picture of over here. If anybody's familiar with Rich Bennett, who runs Harford County Living and the Conversations with Rich Bennett podcast, he's great. He's fantastic. Is not only a fun guy, but he is just dedicated to sharing everything good in Harford County. So we love working with him to produce this podcast. It's just an opportunity for members to sit down with Rich and I and just chat about business, share what you do. We talk about a little bit of everything. We kind of go where the conversation takes us. But it's a great way to just highlight who you are, what you do, get out there in the community a little bit more. It's completely free to be a part of, but it does book out really, really fast. So I will say if you are interested in that, let me know. I am booking out for next year. And when I say next year, I mean like next spring. So definitely take advantage of that too. And then you can join our Facebook group. So you can follow all the chamber on social media. But we also have a Facebook group that is open to everyone, both members and non-members. But just an additional way, it's open to post whatever you'd like about your business, any promotional stuff you got going on. Just another way to share it, help you get a little bit more visibility, connect with other people in the community. That is open. It's just Harford County Chamber of Commerce Facebook group. Not the most creative name, but it is there and it is open for you guys to take advantage of if you are on Facebook. All right. And then these are all of the low cost benefits. So all of these benefits do have an additional fee to them, but they are still exclusive to only chamber members. Only chamber members will be able to utilize these. Each one has an additional fee. I will say stay tuned. So in celebration of our 50th anniversary, we have kind of a special 50th anniversary edition marketing package that'll be available starting in July. So all of these things will be included, but you'll get a nice little PDF booklet that'll be sent out that has all these things with special member pricing and discounts for our 50th anniversary. So stay tuned for that. But just a couple different things. So you can do different ads online on our website, social media, the Chronicle newsletter, those are all available, as well as our quarterly directory. So our membership directory is online 24/7, has all the members. But we also do a quarterly, quote unquote, printed, it's still digital, emailed version of the directory that you can advertise in. Everything from, adding in a logo all the way up through a full page ad, whole bunch of stuff you can do there. We also offer a member mailing list. If you want to send out a traditional, postcard, mailers, things like that, you can purchase a mailing list that, includes all the members, all their addresses, all those things. And then, of course, event sponsorships. With 40 plus events in a year, I guarantee you there will be one that is of interest to you. And each event has their own sponsorship packages. You can go on the calendar and check those out. Depends on the type of event and what's happening to like look at the different packages. But something like a Coffee and Connection sponsorship start as low as $25. And then some of our signature events go up to several thousand and everything in between. So there's always something for everybody in there. Here we go. All right. So our member information center. Here in this little infographic here, you'll see all the different things that you can share, you can post in the MIC. But like I said, this is your kind of portal to membership. This is what houses your information, membership information, and then it gives you all these benefits. So when you first join the chamber, it'll ask you at the very end of your application to create your login. That is what you use to log into the MIC for the first time. You can go in there once you have it set up. You can add as many employees as you like. Like we said, your membership covers your business. So any and all employees can go in there. I always encourage people, if you have employees that are dedicated to certain things like marketing, business development, those sorts of things, those are probably going to be the people, utilizing this the most. Add them in. They will then get a link to create their own login. So everybody has their own separate login information, but it'll take you to the same membership portal, basically. And this is your 24/7 access. You can update your business information at any time. That's what links directly to our website. So when you go through the directory and you're looking at all these different businesses, all that information you have 24/7 access to. You can share videos, pictures, locations, deals and discounts, whole bunch of other stuff that I'll go over next week. But that's just a great way to stay up to date, make sure that information's up to date. And then, of course, things happen. You move, you get a different email, phone number, whatever. You can change that at any time. And then, like I said, any of these things that you're sharing is shared with the membership, but then it also goes up on the chamber website. So anytime you share one of these things, and feel free to peruse the website, you'll see a page with the same name, and that's that public facing side that the community can see as well.
Hey, Natalie, I'm sorry I'm asking all the questions, but I'm on the chamber website right now. Is there a link to the MIC, or is MIC separate?
Yep, it is on our website. It's top right-hand corner. It's just a little, I think it says member login, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, I'm logged in, but so maybe we can stay on after it's to the end. That'd be great.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. And then all of this that we've just gone over is all included in this first tier. Whoops. Got ahead of myself. In this first tier of membership, our business tier. We also have other tiers of membership that are all designed for companies looking to kind of make a bundled deal of stuff. So all those benefits you have access to at our business tier at $365 a year. And then anything up from that includes different benefits, but all kind of wrapped into a discounted package. So if you're somebody who's looking for, those paid marketing benefits, you can upgrade to our marketing tier. It bundles a bunch of those together at a discounted price for you. If you're someone who, you know that you want to take advantage of those throughout the year, you can do that. They also include some different exclusive benefits that you cannot purchase one-off, and then as well as discounted packages on event sponsorships, tickets, things like that. So, but we always tell people, you know, look at the tiers, choose what makes the most sense for your business. You can upgrade at any time. So membership is kind of like on a rolling basis. If you join in January, your membership is good through the end of December of the next year. If you join in July, it's good through June of next year. Um, and you can upgrade or downgrade membership at any time, any point. You just got to reach out to us and let us know what you want, and we'll make it happen. And again, I can send you information if you do not have this packet that lists all the different tiers and the benefits included in each one. But there will be a special anniversary version coming out in July. So that'll be something new that'll be sent out as well. So